The reason why the Jews rejected the book of Enoch, first Enoch, in their canon,
Oh, this should be good.
is because it testifies of the man they crucified. That's why they rejected it.
Have you read First Enoch? No, it doesn't. Jesus is not in there. There is a messianic figure, but they rejected it before Jesus was born.
Full stop. That's why they rejected it.
No, it's not. They can't reject Jesus before he was born.
Tertullian knew this. He wrote a treatise on it.
Yeah, I looked that up, and yes, he did say that, but that doesn't mean it was true. He wasn't writing scripture. The Jews rejected it before Jesus was born.
And of course, they were appalled. The Jews of the first century were clearly appalled by the notion that angels could have sexual intercourse with human women.
Yeah, there are Christians who are appalled by that same idea today. But that doesn't change it from being mentioned in Genesis chapter 6.
So that notion was rejected, and I think that's the main reason, the primary reason why the book of Enoch was excluded from the canon.
No, it's excluded from the canon because the Jews never considered it scripture. It's called pseudepigrapha, where they put a fake name to it in order to give it credence. We know that because it claims to have been written by Enoch, but given the names in there, we can tell it was clearly written in the intertestamental period between the Old Testament and the New Testament. That means it's a lie. It can't be scripture.
Was because its content was unsavory to certain people.
Because it lied.
But nevertheless, the story of Enoch is foundational to the biblical narrative.
Wow. That is so not true. Because I was saved before I even heard of the book of Enoch. No.
Foundational, Old and New Testament. And the prophecies of Enoch, namely in the book of parables, in first Enoch, is foundational to the eschatology of the writers of the New Testament.
Or rather, the orally transmitted oracles of Enoch, which were written down by this fake author, were also quoted by Jesus and by Jude, but that doesn't mean that the book was ever viewed as scripture. They wrote down the same thing. They didn't get it from this fake book.
The writers of the New Testament were exceedingly conversant with the book of Enoch.
Because they were Jews and was considered an interesting writing, but it was never considered scripture.
In fact, their Christology, their understanding of who Jesus was, much of it is derived directly from the oracles of Enoch.
And I'm assuming you think that because it mentions Son of Man, but Son of Man actually comes from Daniel, so most likely Enoch got it from Daniel, and Jesus got his title from Daniel. So I hope that clarified for the rest of you, Enoch is not scripture. Never was, never will be.